Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on this makeup look and hair look. I did a little get ready with me and I wanted to do a little chit chat, sit down video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you Sephora Collection for sponsoring this video. I'll be showing you my brow routine, which is new and better than ever. So if you're interested, go ahead and keep watching. So first things first is my all-time favorite skincare product. I still am using only this. Although I am in search for more products, I'm just really scared because I feel like anytime I don't use this, or if I start using something else, I break out. So my skin has been very reliant on this, but I break out when my skin gets dry. This just always has it very moisturized, but not like oily. So this is the Kiehls Midnight Recovery Concentrate. So I just like applying this in the morning and at night, and like a tiny little bit before I put on my makeup. All right, next I'm going to apply some primer. So I've been obsessed with the Tatcha, the silk canvas. So I like how smooth it makes my skin feel, and also it just makes the makeup go on so much more evenly and smoothly and kind of gives me a nice like glow because of that, which I've never really been very good at using primers. I feel like they didn't really ever help, the ones I've used in the past at least, so I'd end up like not really using them again because I didn't feel like it was necessary. But I will not apply makeup unless I use this. Like, I refuse because it works so well for me. All right, so I let that sit for just a little bit, about like a minute or so. Also, I get a lot of questions on what contacts I wear. I do wear colored contacts when I put makeup on. I feel like it just looks better. It looks really good in pictures and I feel like it's pretty natural looking. And they are the Fresh Looks. They are literally like the contacts, the color contacts that they offer at the eye doctor. So they're like prescription and all that. And this is the hazel color. Yeah, I've been using it for the past like 3 years. All right, next moving on to foundation. I actually use this concealer. It's the Born This Way multi-use Golden Concealer. So I'm gonna do sand mostly, natural beige in the inner part, and then a dot or two of the warm sand just to warm my face just a little bit. And I'm just gonna add a couple dots here and there. Not too much because it is a concealer. All right, so that is mostly blended out, and I wanna make sure that I am bringing it down like to my jawline and my neck. All right, so at this point, I like to take a piece of tissue and kind of just run it over my lips. I just hate when my lips are covered in foundation. It's a pet peeve of mine, so I just like to deal with it right from the beginning. All right, so we got our foundation on. Next, let's go ahead and do the eyeshadow. So I'm using Sephora Collection. This is their Pro Featherweight Crease Brush, which is number 38. And this is my favorite eye brush of all time. If I only had to use one brush for eyeshadow, which I usually do, I know that's not good, but this is the brush and it's just perfect for blending, for the crease, and for adding a little bit of that lid color. It's just that perfect all-purpose brush in my opinion, in my experience. And then I'm gonna go into the TooFaced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette. I love these colors so much. This is definitely my go-to palette at the moment. The colors are very neutral. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the cocoa, a tiny bit of the warm rose, and then just run this over my lid. And I always like to mention, I am not a makeup artist. I'm not trained. I am not great at doing makeup, but I do like to share like my everyday look just because I feel like it's easy for someone that isn't very good at makeup to do, because that is me. But I do like how it looks in the end and it works for me, so I thought I can share. So I, on Instagram, just did a poll last night, or I guess not a poll, but like a question thing. And if you don't know already, and I'm gonna talk about this more exclusively like in a separate video, but I am moving back to Washington. That's where I'm originally from, Seattle. And I did a little question poll box thing on my Instagram story asking you guys what your questions are as far as like adulting questions, because I very much have been gaining a lot of experience and all of that these past couple of years, obviously with moving and buying a house, and I really wanted to kind of share my own experience because we're at that age right now where no one really taught us how to do anything, and we're trying to figure it out and try to do the right thing and try to do things that will lead us to where we want to be, you know. But I feel like talking from a personal experience might help you guys, and I like to watch those type of videos because at the end of the day, life is freaking hard, so all we can do is try to help each other out. But yeah, stay tuned for that video and follow me on Instagram because I do like questions like that on my Instagram sometimes, and Q&As on my Instagram if I don't end up doing a video. But I am going to do a more in-depth video with those questions. But anyway, going in with this brown, this is the truffle. I'm going to run this along my crease, my outer crease area to be exact, just to add a little bit of depth and dimension. Alrighty. And then I think I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of lid highlight. They have some beautiful shades for that purpose, but I'm gonna go in with Glistening Snow and Swan and Shimmering Pearl, and then putting this on my inner corner and into my lid. All right, so that is that, super easy. And then we're moving on to brows. All right, so lately these are the 3 products I have been using, and this is all from Sephora collection. This is retractable brow pencil, which is actually waterproof, which I love. And this is in the shade Chocolate Brown. And then I'm gonna go in with the brow mascara. So this is a volumizing fiber mascara, which, like, you guys have heard about fiber mascaras in general for your lashes. They got a little bit of volume because they have these little tiny fibers. Well, this is the same idea pretty much except for your brows, and it is a slight tint, and it comes in so many different shades. So this one is in the shade Deep Brown. So I'm gonna go in with these 2, and then I also have been loving this. This is Microblade Effect Brow Pen. So it's almost like that microblade effect with the little tiny lines. It's a felt tip. It also comes in a bunch of different shades, so you can definitely find one that matches your color. So I'm gonna go in with the pencil. So I'm just gonna start filling in my brows. Alright, so I filled in this side and I'm just kind of brushing it out a little bit. And a little area that I don't really grow hair out of is right here. So I like to use the Microblade Effect Brow Pen and going into that little area where my hair just doesn't want to grow. And just kind of like little brush strokes that give that effect of hair, that illusion. Alright. So after doing those 2 things, I'm using the Brow Volumizing Fiber Mascara and just going in and brushing through just to add a little bit of fullness. I am all about that big brow energy. I feel like I like my general natural shape, but I do like to fill it in. And this definitely gives me that big brow look that I love, with the illusion that it's just all my eyebrows, my natural eyebrows, but it's not. So I'm just brushing a little bit here and there, going in upwards motion along with kind of the way that my eyebrows grow. So this is the final brow look. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that same 3-step process on the other eyebrow. But the difference is kind of crazy. And by the way, all these products that I'm mentioning for my brows that I'm using are great quality, and you can get them for $12, so deals. So this is what my brows look like now. So my brow experience started with a lot of overplucking. I don't know why when I was 15 I thought that having like no brows was cute, but it took me a while, but I finally grew back most of my eyebrows, and I definitely have noticed that the overplucking has a little bit of areas that still to this day don't grow as thick or at all. What, like for example, like around my arch area, there's a little tiny bit of spottiness that isn't as full as it used to be, and that's why I like using the products like the Microblade pen. Adds a little bit of those hair strokes, and then the fiber mascara for your brows, adds a little bit of that texture that gives the illusion of actual eyebrow hairs. So I really like using that in those little sparse places to fill it all out. And that is that. So all of the products in this video, including the last few products that are used on my brows, are from Sephora. So if you are interested, you can shop in store and online, and I will be sure to let you guys know every product I use below if you're interested. All right, moving on. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of contouring and highlighting. So I'm going in with my all-time favorite. This is a TooFaced Sweethearts bronzer. I'm almost out of this. Little more cheekbone, hairline. This lighting is kind of iffy right now. It's pretty overcast today, and I feel like the clouds are moving over the sun in patterns that I can't really control. So I'm sorry if the lighting's a little but I am sitting in front of a window and I love natural lighting. Okay, so we did bronzer. My lips, I keep licking them because they're getting really dry. So I'm gonna add some, I'm gonna put some lip balm on. Okay, I definitely needed some lip balm. Next step is gonna be, actually I'm gonna add a little bit of more concealer just below my eyes just to lighten up the area a tiny bit more. I used to do all of my foundation only with my fingers, and I look back and I'm like, Vivian, why? But I get the under eye area. I personally like how as a little like touch up, it kind of gets a little warmed in my fingers and then it goes on really smoothly. And when I blot it like this, it's very natural looking. Just to add a little bit of highlight to my under eye after I used all that bronzer and whatnot. Okay, so I did that, and then I'm moving on to the highlighter, which is a product I've never used. I've heard a lot about. I am way behind on the bandwagon for this. This is the Becca Highlighter. This is the travel size of each because I wanted to just try it out before I got the full size. And this is the powder highlighter, and then the shimmering skin protector. It just came like this. All right, here we go. Yeah, I get it. God, I don't know why I don't try out more products, because I mean, there's a reason so many people like this. I should have thought about that, right? Okay, so adding a little bit. Oh my goodness, beauty. Oh yeah, that is pretty. I'm a fan. Awesome. And then might as well, since we have it. So I'm gonna go in with that liquid skin perfector, and I'm gonna run it along the bridge of my nose just to add a little bit of, you know. All right, added a little bit to the bridge of my nose with that skin perfector. Ooh, we love that glow. A little bit more. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. Yes. And then last but not least is mascara and a lip gloss and a little bit of cheek stuff. This is the Nars The Multiple. It's a cream blush, and this is in the shade Orgasm, one of my favorite shades of blush, but I especially love this formulation just because it blends so nicely and doesn't mattify my skin too much, because that's when I get fine lines and settling and all that. I just like being able to blend things out. All right, added that. Let's do mascara. TooFaced Better Than Sex mascara. Doing about 2 or 3 coats of this. All right, just applied a couple coats of mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a little bit of black eyeliner. This is Sephora Collection Retractable Eyeliner, waterproof in matte black. And we're gonna go in and just align my lash line just to add a little bit of more depth. So that is with, and then without. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can. And I love how this formula is waterproof because obviously it's right up in my eyeball. So if it's not, It'll definitely transfer a lot, but this one has been good to me. All right, friends, I think that is pretty much it for the face. Last and final touch is a lip gloss. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off anything that's already on my lips, including that lip balm I put on earlier, because it kind of helps get off that foundation as well. All right, and then I'm going in with my Fenty Glow Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss, the Gloss Balm. This is the Lip Injection Extreme in Bubblegum Yum. All right, so this is the final makeup look. Be sure to check out the description box below for all the product details. So now moving on to hair. We're gonna take these braids out and see how they look, and then I'm gonna style them with some of my favorite products lately. And yeah. All right, so let's move on to hair. So I have my hair in these braids. I took a shower this morning and then I let it air dry, and then I applied some of this detangler. This is the Amika the Wizard Detangler Primer, which also gives you a nice protection before we use you know, heat products, which I didn't do, but still adds a nice little shine. It smells so amazing. And then I ended up doing the twist braid, which is what I do in my video. I uploaded a video on a heatless wavy hair tutorial back in like 2014. So I would do my hair in braids the night before and then wake up and then not have to do my hair the next day. So it is basically the same thing. The only difference is right now I have these twist braids going into actual braids, whereas in that video I had them going into buns, whereas this gives it a more like spirally curl. So if you want me to do a more in-depth video on this version of it, let me know. So this is a great like everyday hair look, or even if you want to do this before you curl your hair, that way you're using less heat because you just have to redefine the curls that are naturally in your hair after unraveling these braids, and it makes curling your hair faster because you already have that definition. Or you can leave it as is, just make sure you apply some texture spray and hairspray, otherwise it will go flat. All right, but that is what it looks like after unraveling the braids. And I'm going in, I'm gonna add a little bit of texture spray, also by Amika. This is their textured matte texture. This is also by Amika. This is their volume and matte texture spray, the Undone. Going in and just... All right, so hair is done, makeup is done. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. Be sure to check out the description box for all details on all the products that I used. Also let me know what other videos you want to see me do, including maybe a more in-depth tutorial on how I did these braids if you're interested, and also future videos like home decor, my home renovation journey, I guess, DIYs that I'll be doing. All of that stuff. But yeah, be sure to comment below with that. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.